So now adding courses is over. Let's move on to the fun part, exams. Let's add an exam into chemistry, for example. So we have various types of content that can be added. Like you, as you saw, you can add lectures with the different type of materials, like a video. It can be a YouTube video. You can directly upload it, or it can be a Vimeo video link back. So apart from that, you can add exams as and assignments to each section of the lecture, or you can choose to create a different independent one. It's entirely up to you. Let me just show you how to do that. So let's just say ki we have a test of chemistry section 1, right? So we have an option to select water atoms, or we have an option to select an independent test. I can choose to create it in that lecture or and an independent one. So let's just say I'm creating an independent one, and there are two types of tests. One is assignments, one is exam. So assignment is basically a mock test in which the exam, as soon as the student clicks on the wrong answer, he will be shown the right answer, or if he clicks on the right answer, he will be shown कि it's the right answer. So just after clicking the option, he will be displayed the result. But in exam, until unless he completes the entire paper, he won't be shown that result. And you can even choose when to show results. Let's just say, for example, you are having multiple tests of the same subject and the same sections in various classes, and which are on different days. So you can choose to display results after all of those exams are over, right? So you can define how many attempts. Let's just say I would give one attempt to one student. So enter new section name. Section name will be uh, what is an electron, or for the simplicity, section A. So the start date needs to be the same day when you are creating the test, or it can be after that. It's entirely up to you when you want to publish it. And the end date should always be greater than the start date, right? So as you can see, the results publishing mechanism, it can be immediately published or after the exam date and end date, right? And the results can also be seen in a particular time till the course end date. You can define it or set a time period. Like this, just say I want to give them access until 2 months, right? July, not July, September 22, right? I will give them access until September 22. That can be done. Total time of the test can also be defined. So let's just say our test is 1 hour 30 minutes. I'm going to put here 30 minutes. Can the student end test before time? I would say no. Then timer stops in this case when the browser turns off. Let's just save and proceed. You can even create this as a template. Let's just say I'm creating it on chemistry, right? So it's going to be a template. If you're using this again and again, then you might want to create it as a template. That's easier, you don't have to create it again and again. So here, this is the test adding manual. So you have a choice of various question categories, like multiple choice questions. There is true or false, there is fill in the blanks, match the following, comprehensive type, dependent type, and multiple answer questions. So depending on what type of test you are taking, you can even use this category, or if you have a special category with you, we can define it for you uh, on the basis of your parameters. Let's just say I want 10 questions over here. The marking should be 1 marks, 0 marks for wrong answer. Yeah, so we are good to go, right? So now this is how you add questions. Let's just say what type of charge does an electron electron have. So options 1 should be positive, then option 2 negative. So this is an entire dynamic panel. You can change the number of options. I will just define 4 over here. So the next one will be neutral, then none of the above, right? So the correct option is negative. So I can choose to give an explanation for that. Let's just say I will give electrons are negative, protons are positive, and neutrons are neutral, right? And click on save. So this is how you add a question which has various multiple options. Let's just say you have already created some of these exams and you would just like to import all of those. So we have a feature of importing those also. Click on the import questions, select the course in which you have created. Let's just say I have created in naval engineering, right? I can select the subject for electronics. I can even select which lecture. Let's just say here independent one. Select the assignment for electronics 1. So I can choose to import whichever questions I want and how many I want. So let's just say I created a criteria of 10 questions, right? And I have already entered one, so I will import 9 of those from here. So category, right? MCQ. So here is my entire test. It's as you can see, it's completed now. So I can just click on go live and this exam will be published, right? So these are the basic instructions which would be given to students based on the creation mechanism you used, the template you used. This has been created on the basis of those. You can even choose to add some additional instructions which will be helpful for the students later on. So, or you can choose not to and make that exam live, right? You can delete this entire exam. You just have to stop this from here and you can just delete it, right?